Hello. So me and the wife went to another collector's market last weekend, I think, just to see what's up and maybe try to get out of the house because we've been cooped up in the house for too long. This was a pretty big event. I'd never been to an event this big before, and there was a lot of antiques, a lot of secondhand stuff, a lot of toys, obviously, a lot of stuff that looked interesting to me, but not a lot of stuff that I wanted to buy, unfortunately. So, with that being said, let's sit back, relax, and look at this 33-minute video of me walking around with a very shaky camera, unfortunately. I did try to stabilize it as best as I can, but I don't know what's wrong. Maybe this camera does need a gimbal. But if you guys don't have the time to look at the video, just skip to the end and see what we got. It wasn't a lot of stuff, pretty depressing stuff, I didn't really get a lot. I only got one thing, so yeah. But if you guys want to take a look at what the collector's market looks like in my country, then this is it. So there's a lot of antiques, a lot of random toys, a lot of stuff from your grandmother's closet. Yeah. A lot of things you really have to look at to make sure you don't miss anything, because some of these tables are filled to the brim. This table, I think I bought a few things from this person before. The stuff does look familiar, but yeah, honestly, there was nothing I really wanted to get. I mean, I used to collect antiques back in the day, like maybe 7 years ago, but nowadays, nah. I don't have the space nor the interest to collect antiques anymore, unfortunately. I do collect some antiques now, here and there, if it's at the right price, but I'm not actively looking for antiques anymore. So yeah, this table had a bunch of stuff. You really have to take your time with these types of tables and peer through each figure. But this one looks like a bunch of random figures. I'm pretty sure they're missing parts and all that. But yeah, you can see how fully loaded some of these tables get. I mean, if you have a kid, if you have kids or children, they'll go absolutely apeshit over this stuff, because I think they're pretty cheap on the fly. Like that truck, that see-through truck. I'm pretty sure I had that when I was a kid, but it was a race car, or a see-through race car type of deal. Yeah, so if you have a kid, I mean, you could save a lot of money, a lot of trips, not going to Toys R Us. Just go to these things and get a bag full of toys for them. Then we have this artist. I've seen this artist I think 5 times already. I don't know if he actually sells. I haven't seen anybody looking at his stuff, unfortunately. I don't see a lot of people take interest in art. This isn't really an art type event, but hopefully he managed to sell some of his stuff. Walking. I mean, if some of my footage is a bit lingering, I'm trying to avoid people. I mean, they were pretty, the space bubble that I have was compromised. There were a lot of people that were nudging me, and elbow to elbow, So we got Ed 209 from Hot Toys. I don't think that's NECA. It's kind of big to be a NECA Ed 209. Then we have this stall. I wanted to get one thing from this guy. I finally found one thing I wanted to get. I think it was a tin toy. This guy. I asked how much. He said 1/8. So I was like, oh, okay, $18, cool. So I gave him a 20. Then he gave me a weird look and he said 180. I was like, $180? I was like, nah, man, you keep it. I'm not gonna pay that much for that. I mean, if you see where I got it from, it's like in a pile of other old tin toys that's all being scratched up, beat up. I mean, if you're charging that much for that guy, then I mean, good luck to you, because I was willing. The most I could pay for that is like $40, but 180, I don't know. That's a bit much. Moving along, I think I found 2 things from this guy that sparked my interest. I think, yeah, one of it is like a resin type amber looking thing that had a bug in it, a bee, and some roots. It kind of looked like that thing from Jurassic Park. I asked how much, and he gave me it was too much money, so I passed on it. Then I saw this bike thing. Yeah, that bike. It kind of sparked an interest because it looked a little industrial, kind of looked like a Soviet era type toy. but it had too many new parts to it. Some parts were old, some parts were new, so it kind of, yeah, my spirits were kind of lowered when I saw that. So I was like, ah, damn. I was about to buy it, but when I saw those new parts on that thing, I was like, nah. Plus, where am I gonna put it? I have no place for it. So moving along, we got, yeah, it's just a bunch of antique stuff, really. I mean, stuff I don't think people buy, truthfully. It's just random stuff. I mean, I've been through plenty of thrift stores in my day, and I don't know who buys books or these types of things, unless you're a production house looking for props. That's who I see buying this stuff, you know. If you're a production house trying to stock up on your stock inventory to have props. And I saw this box, right? I was like, it might be a barometer in here, you know, those liquid barometers, like on boats or something. So I wanted to take a look, and it had nothing in it. It was just a very old box. I was like, damn, because I really like barometers, the liquid ones that they have on boats, that one that swivels around. Those are cool, but it was just a box. So yeah, a bunch of random stuff this guy had. Not random, mostly antique. And he did have another table full of upper class antiques. This stuff was more top tier. More industrial lights, wind up clocks from the 70s or 60s. They didn't really look reproduction. I don't think you could reproduction those, but they look solid. So those are original. Yeah, and my wife did find something at his booth. She found some masks. These are Sonket masks. The pattern is called, I think the pattern or the make is called Sonket. I don't know, but she wanted to get some, and I was like, okay. So I had to take my wallet out. I did drag her to the event, so you know. So this is the one of the angles of the layouts of the event. As you can see, it's pretty crowded. It does take up a lot of space in the mezzanine. And this is the other table opposite the antique one. He had a lot of blind box stuff. I was interested in this one though. I don't know why. It kind of looked interesting, but it was kind of chewed up and it had some sun damage. It doesn't really show on camera, but it does look a bit too yellow for my liking. So I passed on that, unfortunately. And at this point, I was really sweating because this is my third pass over this event. I made 2 other passes just to make sure I didn't miss anything before I made a walkthrough video. And yeah, I was really sweating. And we have these cameras again. I don't think nobody wants to buy these because the price, I guess. The price is kind of high. So at this point, I was kind of frustrated because of the heat, because of the crowd, and because I haven't bought a damn thing yet. Usually off the gate when I arrive to these events, I already have 2 things in my bag. I have absolutely nothing, and my wife already bought like 1 thing already. So we are on a race here. We want to outdo one another. Yeah, it's just a lot of stuff, really. I don't know how to describe it. It's just, I don't want to call it junk, you know, because that's just mean. Call it junk, but it's just stuff. Stuff you find in your mother's closet, your brother's closet, your closet. You just dump it on the table. And if you're into like Pokemon, Ultraman, Power Ranger stuff, Godzilla stuff, this stuff is here. It's there for you. Now the originality, is suspect. It's very sus. You don't know which one's a knockoff, a fake, or which one's original. This kid was kind of weird to me because she was smacking that Woody doll around like she was angry. She had some issues to resolve. I don't know. Kind of freaked me out, so I walked away from that. So this booth had a lot of vintage stuff from the 80s, 90s. Yeah, you really have to look at it. I did look at this table a few times already, and there was really nothing for me. And even if there was, some of these figures are missing quite a few bits. You know, I don't like to collect toys that are missing missiles or missing a pistol. That just irks me. As you can see, there is a lot of variation of old Japanese stuff, old Western stuff, like that ship from the 80s. It's a really eclectic mix of stuff. Then you have this Kamen Rider belt. I could be wrong. This is like their weapons or whatever. They put the cartridges in their belts to get their powers or something. Correct me if I'm wrong. And if you haven't made it this far, that's okay. Yeah, here we go. Just more stuff. I did a zoom here just to, offset the jitteriness and the shakiness of the camera. It does well in zoom, but for this EOS R Canon camera, you have to have a gimbal, because some of this stuff is very shaky, and I really tried my best to hold the camera. But it got to the point where the camera is also overheating. Like, I could feel it in my right hand. It was getting really, really hot. I don't know if it was the camera itself or the sun that was beating down on us. As you can see, the sun is really beating on the whole table right now. I mean, there is a type of roof over this event, but it doesn't cover the whole floor. So as you can see, everything's getting baked right now, even me. And yeah, if you have kids, again, this is a table for you. And I did see the McFarlane Beatles Yellow Submarine figures again, and I passed on it again because they were missing parts, and I don't like collecting figures that are missing a lot of parts. That's just me. I'm a completionist. That's how I control my collecting, really. If I don't, then I'll have a whole bunch of shit that's incomplete, and it'll just annoy the shit out of me. So I don't like to collect incomplete figures. I got some books. Yeah, if you want some books, they got some books. I got some Hot Wheels, because Hot Wheels here is, you could get Hot Wheels here easy, so it's easy to collect. There are a lot of Hot Wheels enthusiasts in my country, and they're cheap, so they're easy to collect and all that. And this guy's table is, it's kind of weird. It's like he just emptied out his bedroom and just put it on the table. Not really, not a whole lot of theming going on there. And yeah, this guy, we buy books from this guy every time there's an event. He always has nice books, nice art books, but this time not so much. I think all the good stuff was bought from the previous event, so we passed on that, unfortunately. And the next table was G.I. Joe stuff, Marvel Legends stuff, Black Series stuff, you name it, he had it. I don't know if these are peg warmers or what, but he had them, and the sun was really, really beating on me. I think at this point I was really sweating, and yeah, I was struggling to get this really, really shaky footage. This table, I think I bought one thing. Actually, the one thing I bought throughout the whole event, which is strange. I bought this guy. He was a bit dusty and a bit dirty, but he's like a 3D printed Darth Vader Buddha. I think it's from a designer figure, but yeah, I was like, okay, I'll buy him. He was pretty cheap, and give the guy a sale, So yeah, I got that guy. And moving along, we got this table full of stuff again. Where are we? We're 14 minutes in. Yeah, halfway there. We could do it. So yeah, I was really trying to dodge people because I don't know, man. People just standing around. I mean, if you want to look, but don't look in the middle of the aisle, This guy was there. This guy always have the nicest toys. He had like NECA stuff. I think, yeah, most of it's original. He has his own type of category. So when you see his stall, you know what he has. It's not like a bunch of random shit. You know what he has. And yeah, this part I was dodging a bunch of people. I was rushing through, and I think I got distracted about here. I found this little guy. Yeah. I looked at my wife. She looked at me, said put it down, and we walked away. So yeah, what else can I say? I'm just gonna repeat myself again. Just a bunch of stuff, bunch of Ultraman stuff, bunch of Gundam stuff, bunch of Power Ranger stuff, you name it. Board games, puzzle games, some Legos. Not a whole lot of Legos, which is weird. You usually see like a shit ton of Legos. You don't really see a lot in this one. And my wife found some socks, and yeah, she wanted to get some socks, and I'm like, okay. Then I have to take out my wallet again, so I have to cut the video. It's not like I'm holding most of the money. I don't hold the money. I mean, she likes to use card. She's a card person. I'm a money person. My wallet's full of stacked notes. She likes to buy things with her card because it's easier to, because her purse doesn't overflow with money. I get it. So, but this place doesn't really, it's not a very card friendly event. You have to have cash on you. So there you go. She makes more than I do. So yeah, just take a look. This is what we have. DC stuff, Diamond Select stuff, old stuff, 80s stuff, McFarlane stuff, NECA stuff. I mean, it's not a whole bunch of variety. Some of them are repeats, but we got them. We also got these random mats, these random bathroom mats, and some board games. I don't really know where you get board games nowadays, because I went to Toys R Us and they don't really sell board games anymore. So I guess you go to that guy if you want to get board games. There was one figure this guy had, this guy right here. Yeah, this guy. I was really interested in getting him, but then I'll be like, shit, I have to buy the whole set, don't I? Because I can't just buy the one, I have to complete it. So I really had to stay my hand in that purchase. This guy's always in the events, he's always there. He always has the nice rare stuff. He knows what he has and he prices them accordingly. I mean, they're not over the moon prices, but still he knows what he has, and they're fair prices. I'm not gonna complain about that, especially his old stuff. His old stuff are nicely priced. But yeah, this is one table. I think we're almost at the last aisle. Just another close up here of what he's got. Some old stuff from the 90s. Moving along, got some posters. These posters didn't really look good. They were kind of blurry and pixelated. And yeah, we came across this tray of pins. So you got a Skeletor pin here, and my wife wanted to get this one and another one. Yeah, this one. And so we had to buy those two, and you can see some McFarlane Warhammer stuff. I like the McFarlane Warhammer stuff, especially the unpainted stuff, but I'm trying to look for a customizer to make these into Imperial Fists, if possible. And I also like these Iron Giant reaction figures. I think they're called reaction. But the pricing on these things was damn high. I was shit, because I wanted to get all three and frame them, but I couldn't justify the price. I couldn't pull the trigger on these, so it was kind of sad. Then I think I took a look at what McFarlane was doing with their stuff, and yeah, pretty lackluster, pretty unimpressed with what they're doing with their toy line. I kind of hate McFarlane toys right now because the quality is kind of crap. Not what they used to be like in the early 2000s. I mean, right now their stuff just looks very mediocre and not very good. It's just mass-produced shit, really. So hey, if you like them, good for you, but for me, I'll pass. So this is the motherload right here. I mean, this guy had the whole lineup of DC Universe from McFarlane, I think. I mean, look at that. This is a legit table. I think he took up 3 tables. This was a legit seller. And yeah, this was an impressive display of what he had. He had NECA, McFarlane, Marvel Legends, Power Rangers, Diamond Select, He-Man stuff. He had everything. And we got some band shirts, I guess. I don't know if they're reproductions or actually original, but yeah, there they are. And I think this table had some local artists, CDs, music, and all that. which is, cool. I'm glad they're out there. This guy was selling comics. Well, I didn't see any stalls selling comics. I think this was the first one. And yeah, got some interesting stuff. But again, nothing for me, unfortunately. So walking along, got some more clothing there. Yeah, the Gundam guy. This is the Gundam Table, the only Gundam table in the whole event. Yeah, he had him. And he had these weird money note things. I don't know what these are, but they look kind of cool because they were shiny, and shiny things attract me. If you guys know what this is, let me know, because it looks like coupons or something, or maybe it's just a custom thing he did, but they look kind of impressive, and I don't think they're reproductions either. I think they're original. For what? I have no idea. Another random table. This table is full of Kamen Rider and Power Ranger, what do you call, weapon sets or something? I don't know. And yep, and this guy had, Tamiya battery powered cars. These aren't remote controlled cars, these are battery powered, so they just go straight. I had a bunch of these when I was a kid. I think I had like 6, and I gave them all to my cousin, and the next day it was all broken. So yeah, that's what happened to my battery powered cars. Yep, moving along, and again, if you have kids, they'll go apeshit over this stuff, and I'm pretty sure they're selling it for pretty cheap, pretty fair prices. Even if you buy a bunch, the prices might be even better. Now this was impressive. I can't believe I found these 2 tailspin vehicles. I mean, these are stupid rare, if you know tailspin, you know how rare these vehicles are. I mean, if you're into like 80s, 90s type toys, from Darkwing Duck to Goof Troop and all that stuff, He-Man, whatever, vehicles are pretty hard to come by, and to find tailspin vehicles was wow. So I did ask him about those tailspin figures, and he did give a I don't know if it was fair price, but it was pretty high. He said it was complete, it had all the figures in them, but yeah, I was impressed, but I wasn't interested in buying, because I've seen YouTube people trying to hunt those down, and there it is right in front of me. So here's a bunch of other stuff. I don't really know how to categorize this mess of toys. It's just a bunch of stuff, really. Now, the originality is also suspect. I don't know if these are third party or just Chinese knockoffs, whatever. But I'm pretty sure it's there for the kids, not for the adults. So you got some plushies, I guess. And then we came across this band Presto statue stuff. I mean, I really don't know if these are original. They could be original, they could be third party, but I did take a close look at them, and they look pretty legit. They look pretty clean. They look like the paint was all clean. They look original. But I could be wrong, I could be right. You just have to know your stuff, really. It's kind of interesting stuff to look at, though. I'm not into this stuff, but it's always interesting to look at. Especially this guy. Look at that. That thing was massive. I can't imagine how much it weighs. Then we got this spinning dude. I don't really know who he is. Obviously he's from Dragon Ball, but I don't know what the character name is. Moving along. Yeah, another bunch of toys. I'm gonna sound like a damn broken record, but yeah, here's more bunch of toys for you. If you want to take a look. I mean, if the camera's steady enough, this is one stall. Then we came across this lady. She had a bunch of jewelry and art stuff. It looks like her own stuff, so my wife wanted to, I don't know, support her. So she did buy a bunch of stuff from her just to, support. Make sure she made a sale that day, I guess. So yeah, she bought a bunch of stuff. So we got some movie posters. I don't know if they're legit, but they kind of look legit. The print was all clean and all that. So yeah, there were movie posters there. Pretty big as well. You know, you have to have room in your house to frame those up. Then moving along, again, just random toys really. Cars, Mario stuff, Ultraman stuff, just whatever people could sell, they're selling it really. I think I made a few close-ups on this table because I was approaching the end of the whole event. And yeah, this is what this guy had. I think I've seen this Star Wars set so many times. I don't know if anybody actually wants this. It's so huge. But yeah, every time I go to an event, I keep seeing that set. This is an interesting table. This table actually makes their own stuff, I think. Don't quote me on that, but this looks like stuff they make. And there's me. Good thing you didn't see the pool of sweat on my head. So they make like cups, water containers, helmets, stickers, badges, magnets. It's one of those booths. Interesting stuff, but I didn't really find anything that interested me, unfortunately. Some of the helmets here, I think they are 3D printed helmets because the ones at the far right had like 3D printed lines. You know, those lines that have on 3D printed stuff. But yeah, they had a bunch of these masks. Yep, here you go. I had a Robocop Hot Toys as well, but I was too lazy to ask how much they were selling that for. And we had this arcade game full of, I think, over 500 games on that thing. But yeah, I think that's the end of the whole event. The rest of the event is just clothes, really, just band clothes, thrifting clothes. I mean, I don't like to buy secondhand clothes. That's just me because I think it's gross. But yeah, look, a bear. But if you like buying clothes, secondhand stuff, then this, it had a bunch of that. Multiple stalls had clothes for sale. So yeah, that's the end of the event. So I think we went to a mall that was right next door, and we came across this store that was selling Hot Toys. Now I was really contemplating of whether or not to get this Ichabod Crane Hot Toy because I have a weird Johnny Depp collection in my display, and I wanted to get this guy just to complete it. But I wasn't in the mood to spend that much, so maybe a few months time I'll get him because that figure has been there for years. So this is the stuff we have, the Hot Toys we have. Yeah, take a look. Got these two that's just overstocked. Nobody wants to buy them. I keep seeing people selling them and the prices just keep getting lower and lower and nobody wants to buy them. That's so sad. Got that gantry that cost a ton, and got some third-party figures as well, and also some customs for sale. We did go in to take a look at what they have, and I didn't find anything, truthfully. But my wife obviously found something, and she did buy it. So she beat me to the punch. She bought this thing here. I was like, okay, so let's take a look at what we got. So this is the stuff we got. Yeah, pretty lackluster. Sorry about that. I mean, there were stuff I wanted to get, truthfully, but the price was really high, you know? I didn't want to spend that much over something that I didn't feel like it cost that much. But yeah, my wife kind of beat me to the punch. She bought the most, and yeah, I only got the one thing. So with that being said, let's take a look at each individual item. First up, we got these hair bands my wife got from that lady. Nothing interesting, but yeah, she got some hair bands. Hooray. Yep. Next up, we got this face mask, Sonket face mask. Very, very flashy, very shiny as well. She bought this for herself, obviously. That's pretty interesting. Yep. Next up, we got the socks. Wow, this haul is embarrassing. We got some socks from Coca-Cola. Yeah, she got some socks. Very sturdy, very warm, I guess. Yeah, socks. Oop. Then we got these earrings she got from that the same seller, that female seller, the Rocket. She's a space girl. She likes spacey stuff. And along with that, she also got these spacey earrings of an astronaut and a planet. Very shiny. Yep. Then she also got these pins from that one stall. So she got the Freddie Mercury, very minimalist design, but very noticeable as well. You know what it is. And she also got this Skeletor badge. I don't know. They're cool, but yeah. And we got this, her figure. I don't really know the brand of this, but this is a Sailor Moon character that's been reimagined to be like a cutesy little baby girl or whatever. There are two variants of this figure. I really don't know the differences between the two, so if you guys know, let me know. They look exactly the same to me. So yeah, let's take a look at this thing. And here it is, the weird baby Sailor Moon figure. Yeah. I mean, it's well made, and it's colorful, and it's cute. That's about it. That's all I could take away from it. I mean, truthfully, yeah, it is well made. You know, I can't deny that. It's very well made. But I usually don't like these baby type things, these cutesy things, because it just fills up this shelf, and I don't know, it's not for me. But I guess I'm glad my wife was able to get something out of it. Yep, this is the only thing I got out of the whole event. This weird Darth Vader Buddha thing that's been 3D printed. I mean, it's cool. I like it. I just wished I bought more, but again, there wasn't a lot to buy. So yeah, oh well. So this is the stuff we got. Very lackluster video, I know. I just want to show you what the collector's market looks like in my country, and yeah, this is the stuff we got. Hopefully the next one will be more fruitful. There's another one, I think, on the 13th and 12th of December. I don't know which day. I have to check again. So with that being said, thanks for watching. I mean, if you stuck around this long. If you haven't, then please dislike this video. Oh wait, you can't do that because YouTube disabled that. You know what? Leave a very hateful message in the comment section and I'll be sure to ignore it. Bye bye.